then they decide, this is the common thing, they decide to cross a line.
What was the reason? What was the
So I leave. Welcome back to another episode of the Kylie Rashid Show, and I'm so glad that you decided to come back for more. So, what's up? What's up? You know, all the little stuff. First week getting back to the groove after like my vacation. It's the new year. But see, it don't really like, I mean, it feel different, I guess, in a sense, because it's like 2024, like it's sounding kind of serious, and it does feel like, you know, greater things are ahead, but it also feels like, you know, the routine. Keep it going, keep it going, keep it player. I just had like, so far this year, probably the most physical game. We was really fighting out there, and there was like no foul calls, but nonetheless, we got the dub. And what this episode is going to be about today is that I feel like as I've been thinking, talking, still living life, there's just been a bunch of random shit where I just be like, why would you do that? Why would you do that? And when I say, why would you do that? You sometimes is like, God, why would you do that? I don't get it. Sometimes it's to people. Why would you do that? I don't get it. Sometimes it's to me. Why would you do that? I don't get it. So that's the thing we're going with today. It's like, really like, why would you do that? So basically, if the shoe fits, wear it type shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I just been thinking, like, there'll just be like stuff, and I'm like, where's this coming from? I don't understand. Why is this something that either you decided to do, or you decided to do? Like, why would you do that? Another, like, on top of like, why would you do that? If we were to insert the image, it would be the Swaggy P meme where he's like in his white tee with the question mark. That's literally the energy that this episode is on. Like, insert that meme, pull it up. It's like what? So what had happened was, first, before I get into it for real, I just want to preface this by saying, in growing with God, in, you know, a newfound relationship, there are a lot of times that I'm confused. Sometimes I'm like, yeah, that was God. It had to be God. But if we're keeping it a buck, sometimes I'm like, God, was that you? I don't know. Was that the devil? Is that the devil coming for me? Or God, is that you? You know, strongest warriors, trials and tribulations, like, you need to learn a lesson. Let's see if you're ready to elevate to the next level. Or if that's the devil trying to have a weapon form against me. I'd be confused right now. So I just wanted to be honest about that. There is a lot of times where I'm like, 100%. I'm like, that is the Lord. But I'm not gonna lie to you. I am like, God, was that you? Like, let me know. Because I don't know. I feel like often there's been periods in my life where things just happen. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, huh? Like, what's going on? So I think I'm gonna give you two examples of like, what the fuck? Like, what's going on? Why would you do that type energy? And I think I'm gonna start off with the more negative one, because look, when we're talking about this, like, why would you do that? How I said, it could be God, it could be me, it could be you, all this stuff, but it also could be, it's not always just a bad experience. You feel me? Like, there are good things that have happened in my life, and if others feel me in their life, where it's like, why would you do that? Like, that was dope, but like, why did you do that? Or why are you doing that? You just don't know why. or like yourself. Something just takes over and it's like, why the fuck did I do that? But I low-key ate that. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna start off with the more negative experience. So my first example, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna overall it and then I'm gonna tell a specific story. Now, before I get into it, now I feel like my examples are gonna be like more romantic, if you will, you know, not too much. But it also could be platonic, like platonic and romantic. It's like, why would you do that? Like, you could have left me alone. I feel like oftentimes with me, it's like, you're in my face, you're in my grill, you're approaching me. You know what I'm saying? And then some wild shit happens and I'm like, why the fuck would you do that? And then I'll be like, God, what was the reason?
What was the reason?
Because you know how they say sometimes you doing stuff for the plot. I was just talking to one of my friends and my dog, I'd say he was doing stuff for the plot. You know, to be fair, we've all had our fair share of maybe doing stuff for the plot. But I really feel like when it comes to this area, I don't feel like I really be doing stuff for the plot. Now, I got some times, but for the most part, hands up. I don't think it's me. I don't think it's me. And if someone wants to call me out, but I don't think it's me. I think it's them. Okay, so specifically, I'm gonna get into this. So college, right? This is so funny. So in college, right? I was in class and friends with the athletes. You see the athletes around and stuff all the time. There was this boy. He was also an athlete. See him around, you know, you see him in the training room. I thought he was attractive. You know what I'm saying? You know, catch you on the eye. You feel me? But it was cool. Straight platonic vibes. So I thought, right? We're in the same class. We're chopping it up. We're like, oh, exchanging or whatever. He maybe like asks questions in class or something. And I'm like, I would say I like to help. Or if I can help, and it seems like you really want the help, I'll try to help you. So dude is talking about, and I'm telling y'all, straight platonic vibes. Like, I don't be the type, you know there's a type. You know how they make the joke about like, yeah, let me come over and do your hair. And it'd be like, more than just do your hair, or yeah, I can help you with your, and it'd be more to that. No, not over here, buddy. Not over here. So I'm like, oh yeah, so like whatever I can help you, that's like our exchange. And he like, oh cool, bet, cool, this was like exchanging in class, and then we like exchanged through the phone. So I'm like, because we're both athletes trying to figure out schedule, and I'm like, well, usually I go to study hall this day, and I'm on campus here this day, but my free time's here, so like, yada, 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 trying to dead ass, right? I don't know how we turned the corner, because I don't have it ingrained in my head, but all of a sudden, the corner was turned immediately, and my man's just trying to get at me. He's trying to get at me. Now, let me say, I said I thought he was attractive. So I'm not gonna sit here and, you know, lie and act like I was like, oh, okay. Like, I was like, okay, let's see what this hitting for. You know what I'm saying? So, but I'm thrown off because I'm like, so do you like actually need help in school, or was that just, you know, like what's going on here? Like, so am I still gonna help you in school, or was that just an end? Like, I'm dead ass confused. I don't know what's going on. We move on, I guess. We're entertaining it, or I'm entertaining it, because like I said, he come at me and turn the corner. So I'm entertaining it. I'm like, cool, we decide we're gonna meet up or whatever. Then something in my brain, and I don't know if we had conversation about dude, but also, you know, the vibes of, especially them athletes, y'all. It's always a girlfriend somewhere. I don't know where they be at, I don't know if we had talked about having a girlfriend or something. I'm like, wait, don't you? Or like, do you have a girlfriend? And he's adamant. No, I don't have a girlfriend. Like, I swear. I'm like, are you sure? Because, I heard that you was dating woo woo. Like, I don't know what specifically like went, but he's like, no, I don't have a girlfriend. Like, I swear. I'm like, okay, cool. Whatever. I'm like, because I don't do none of that extracurricular. Then after we get past that, dude is still going, he going crazy on some wild stuff. And I'm cracking up. I'm like, what's going on? So this is like confused, like, what's going on? Why would you do that? Then, and this is where I still be like, is this the Lord trying to protect me or what? Because also this interaction we just had, I also feel like it was pointless. So in the midst of the back and forth, and I'm entertaining it, we decided we was going to meet up or whatever. He's immediately like, he's like, can you delete everything? I don't know, like, can you delete everything and not tell anybody what happened? And I'm like, what the fuck just happened? Like, first of all, nothing happened. We've just been exchanging, like, well, to be fair, I was exchanging very lightheartedly. So if he wanted something to be deleted, wink, wink, I guess I would understand why he would want something to be deleted. But also, you said you didn't have a girlfriend. So I'm pretty sure he all of a sudden acts like he has a girlfriend or says he has a girlfriend. So I believe he has a girlfriend. And he's like, can you delete this and not tell nobody? Hey, I'm cracking up. So I'm telling y'all, like, why we are exchanging and he's saying wild stuff, I'm cracking up because I'm just too goofy for all that extracurricular stuff. But then when he flips the script and is like, can you delete everything? Yada, 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 woo, woo, woo. I'm like cracking up even more because I'm like, what was the reason? Why would you do that? I could have just helped you with whatever the assignment was, bro. And we could have kept it strictly like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you didn't have to cross a certain boundary and do all the extra stuff. Like, why would you do that? You know what I'm saying? So then I'm like, bro, you're good. Like, chill. It's not even that deep. Like, I'm not gonna show nobody. I don't know your girlfriend. But I'm not gonna cap. I recorded the whole thing. I recorded it because why would you do that? I didn't tell nobody except for my people or whatever. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? But because I don't know his girlfriend either. I didn't know. And I still got the little receipts or whatever. And the man was like so scared. I'm like, what are you scared of? Like, how old are we? And nothing's happening. But apparently he had a girlfriend and he immediately went back on all the wild stuff he was saying. And I'm like, I don't really give a fuck enough to be going around spreading the news and all that. Like, you know what I'm saying? He even takes it a step further, blocks me, deletes his whole everything and all this, and like never talks to me again. Never talks to me again. Mind you, we would see each other in the training room and stuff every time. Like, before it was like, oh, what's up? Straight cool vibes. I'm like, why would you do that? What was the purpose of that? We could have still been on cool, what's up? And you're blocking me and all this stuff because of what you did? I don't understand. So that's one story where it's like, God, like, was you like protecting me with all the weird stuff? But also like, why would that encounter even need to happen? Like, that's stupid. You know what I'm saying? Then, I'm gonna tell you about another story. Out of college, this dude, he was cool. Another, good looking person to me. Straight cool vibes. He worked as, well, like, we worked together, but also he worked as, like, he was a fighter or something. Like, he actually do boxing or something like that. And because here's the thing, I don't know if I'm naive or what. I'm dead ass about you box, bro. Like, on me, like, you finna teach me how to box, like, what's up, like, nah. You know what I'm saying? Cause like that shit is cool to me. It's cool. So I'm like, oh, for real, like, you work at this boxing gym, like, real lessons, like, I'm so dead ass. He say, oh yeah, like, I could give you a lesson or whatever. I'm like, cool, for real, like, that's crazy, like, we'll schedule it, da da da. Cool, straight platonic. So I thought. And y'all gotta tell me if I'm just being dumb. Am I being dumb? Because I don't know. We do the little boxing lesson, right? And it was cool. It was cool. It was like straight boxing, straight, like, you know, strictly boxing, strictly platonic vibes. I leave. He don't see me for a little bit. All of a sudden, dude, mind you, the common theme is that with these people, I be cool. We be cool straight on the, you know, what's up vibes. Then they decide, this is the common thing, they decide to cross a line. So I leave. All of a sudden, I'm sitting on my couch around the family. Y'all ever see the, like, I don't know if it be happening in movies, but it's like, something come across your phone and you sitting around people and you like, what the? And you trying to keep it stoic, keep it professional. Cause it's like, man, what the, did I just, right? Dude cross the boundary, basically make it known like, he trying to mess with you, girl. I'm like, what's going on? Like, sir, I've been around you this whole time. I just was around you. What's going on? You're spitting super hot fire at me and I'm not in your presence. So I'm like, mind you, I do think he's attractive again. I'm not gonna lie. And I'm cool. I'm like, well, you know, we'll see type shit. That's basically what I say. Like, we'll see on that type of energy. I get back. The energy is crazy. Not crazy good, crazy. Like, what's going on? So through the phone, and the phone stuff be crazy. Through the phone, you was acting crazy. When I'm in your face, when I'm in your presence, you're acting. So I'm looking at him, I'm like, well, I don't know what to do. You're the one who did the stuff. So I'm like, still on my what's up vibe, still on my cool vibe, like, but I'm not the one who did and said stuff. So you're gonna have to figure it out. So all this stuff, it's like every time I was in his face, come to find out, all the other people would come up to me and be like, what's going on? Because he seems like he's following you around like a lost puppy. And I'm like, for real, y'all? For real? They're like, yes, it's clear as day. And I'm like, oh, like, that's not my fault. Like, I didn't, because I'm telling you, my intentions are pure. My intentions are pure. And we was like strictly cool. Like, we was cool. And then every time he would not be in my presence on some wild shit. On some wild shit. So then I'm like, all right, bro, like, enough with all the you know what I'm saying? Enough. I'm tired of hearing it. You feel me? Like, what's the reason? Why would you do that? Mind you, with both of these stories, nothing happened. All that happens is that they cross a certain boundary. And then it's like, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on? Why would you do that?
Why would you do that?
Huh?
So the fun, exciting ending would be that with both stories that me and dude ended up, you know, being together, hanging out, whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. None of that happened. It was just all some crazy stuff. Where it's just like all this extracurricular vibes is happening and then it just like drops off and fizzle out. And I'm like, so what was the reason? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Mind you, this dude, second dude, he didn't like, he was on some like weird stuff, obviously. But like he didn't do nothing where he like blocked me and all this stuff and and like acted like he was mad at me for something that I didn't do. It was just like it was a nice little banter back and forth. And then after I realized, like, what's wrong with you? Like, you saying all this stuff and you doing all this stuff. And then when I'm in your face, which is like, was like damn near every day, you're just like, we're just like looking at each other. And I'm just like, yeah, you got it. You got it. So yeah, those are the more negative experiences. I'm not gonna say bad, like, cause nothing happened. I don't like regret nothing. And I'm not like, oh my God, like, you know, whatever. But it's just like, those are experiences that are very confusing. That I'm like, huh? Like, what's the reason? Why would you do that? Why did that need to be in my storyline? You know what I'm saying? Why did we need to pick that up and place it in that moment of time? I just, to this day, don't understand the purpose for it to be an experience that I've had. You feel me? Like, I don't understand what the purpose was. And I think that's the thing about, like, why would you do that? That bothers me the most, because I don't know. Like, I don't know why you would do that if you don't tell me straight up why you do that, because my intentions are always pure. They're always pure. And you coming at me, both stories, I'm like on cool vibes, and then you cross the threshold. What's going on, sir? Huh? So, yeah.
But then also, I'm acting stupid. Like, I'm like, girl, like, be for real.
But I still feel like, why would you do that? And I'm like, God, was it? Like, sometimes I'm like, God, this is part of your plot. You're doing this for the plot, not me. I didn't jump on these and was like, I'm doing this for the plot. This is gonna be real exciting, and yeah, it's gonna be a fun little story. Now, I won't lie to you and say sometimes I do wish that I did stuff for the plot. Just so I could be like, yep, that it was fun. It was some, you know what I'm saying? But that don't happen to me. And then I'm like, you know, I think the Lord was just protecting me. You know what I'm saying? I think the Lord was just watching my back. But then at the same time, I'm like, well, what was, you know what I'm saying? So then that's where I'm confused, where I'm like, I don't understand. And then I'm like, was that just an attack from the devil trying to form a weapon against me? And then God came through and blocked him and stiff-armed him out the way? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on? So that was the more bad, the negative. So I'm gonna have a why would you do that example, where this is good. This is grand. This is a vibe, right? And this has to do with me being in Ireland again for year 2. Because initially, and I know I've shared that, like, this whole process of me being here has happened extremely fast and quick, right? But I feel like one of the initial things was like, God, why are you having me go back to Ireland, right? Same country, but a different experience. Same country, different, I would say, city, different county. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the purpose of another round of Ireland? Because I didn't have an answer initially, right? But as I've sitting here and think, and I feel like as I continue to think, and then like once like this experience concludes, I think there will be more reasons to be added on. I'm like, okay, God, like, I see you. Like, I think, well, one, it starts with me not being in the exact same place, but to experience a different part and see, you know, essentially new things, right? So I would say the first, like, you know, like, why would you do that reason for being in Ireland again is to travel, right? So like I said, my last episode went to Italy, right? Did a whole first vacation. When I was in Ireland my first year, I didn't leave. I didn't go. And you know, over here in Europe, it's almost like everything's down the street, if you will. Like, a flight is down the street. You feel me? Like, if I want to go to Spain real quick, it's down the street. Italy was down the street. It was a 3-hour flight. You know what I'm saying? London, down the street. Like, they all kind of close, pretty much. And my first year, I didn't go nowhere. One, because y'all know I'm scary and I've already claimed I'm not a, by myself travel girly. And it was my first year, so I just be like, I get to a place and I want to set up my routine in one area. And I was, in that, just being comfortable being far away from America for the first time in my life anyway. So I don't even think I would have did it. You know what I'm saying? But this time, the opportunity presented itself for me to go down the street, if you will, and do something I've never done before. Like, in terms of like, why would you do that? No, like it was never in my mind when I came back to Ireland again that I would just go down the street to Italy real quick and be like, vibing out and experience something that way. All I seen was that I was going back to Ireland, so I was just gonna be in Ireland. I didn't think I was gonna go down the street and go see something else and like have a vacation. Like, to come back to Ireland for part 2 meant that I was able to have my first real vacation. And I was able to do it in a different country and see things that I never thought I would see. But that's only due to me coming back to Ireland. You feel me? Like, who's to say? I just feel like steps with the Lord are ordered. Who's to say that if I didn't come back to Ireland this year that I would have just decided to go to Italy? You know what I'm saying? I don't know how likely that would have been. I just feel like it's very purposeful. It's very purposeful. We just God like to plant seeds, you know what I'm saying? And coming back to Ireland in the beginning where I'm like, what you cooking up, sir? What you cooking up for real? And I think travel was one of the things thus far that my Lord and Savior was cooking up in the kitchen. I'd say 2, because I think I only got 3 right now. I would say 2 for like, why would he send me back to Ireland? Obviously, my game, basketball game, right? And I was talking to my goddad, and he said to me, like, Kai, it's no mistake, pretty much, that you have come back to Ireland to play a new position. And it's the first time in your life that you've been trusted, that you've been given the keys, if you will, to start and be in this new position. You've never been able to do this before. Another experience that I've never had. So I've been playing basketball since 6th or 7th grade. And I've always been pretty much the same. Now I've gotten better. Like, I haven't been the same, but I played the same position, damn near. But now it's like, you get this opportunity to come back here and try something new, but also continue to get better and reinvent yourself, if you will. Reinvent yourself as a player and what you can do and what people and even yourself have always known you to do. Like, you get to a chance to expand. So I feel like that's like, it's just the expansion in my game. Expansion in the mindset as well. I think because, my dad was saying that because I think others may have limited me in this one position, maybe not consciously, but unconsciously I might have limited myself as well to be in one area. But I've come back and I'm able to do things which I'm still surprising myself. I'm like, girl, where you get that from? Where did you get that from? I don't know, but you acting different. I ain't never seen you do that before. So I would say that's my other thing where it's like, God, why'd you send me back to Ireland? And that's the other reason where it's like, girl, you finna grow your game. That's why. And that's another great reason. My third one popped up recently is that I met my agent, y'all. I met my agent and I met her 2 sons, And so my agent, she big time. She big time. She got a lot of clients. We not based in the same area. Never seen her in person, never seen her face to face. It's also only my second year being pro. And I never thought, like, I don't think I thought that I would never meet her, but I didn't think I would meet her this soon. Yeah, I don't know. I just think that's another reason for us to, you're meant to cross paths with certain people in your life. And I feel like she's one of them. We've had conversations and like she still teaching me, you know what I'm saying? Teaching me the game and how to go about being professional and how to engage even with an agent, because I don't know what that means, but also just the genuineness of it. I got to spend like a good amount of time with her, and you know, we just chopped it up face to face, and it was just like great. It was just a great vibe. And I'm like, if I wasn't in Ireland again, I wasn't finna meet her. How was I gonna meet her if I didn't come to Ireland? You know what I'm saying? How was I gonna meet her? So it's very purposeful being here. And when her and I were talking, it was like I was talking about having perspective and, you know, trying to be grateful where you're at. And like, I'm used to getting it out the mud type shit. And I just like, I feel like I've said it before, like there's always things you can complain about, but it's all about the perspective. And I just feel like being able to meet her was because I had the right perspective on being here and being in the moment. And she says, I'm like, I just want to tell you how great it is to hear that. And I'm like, oh, like, cause I just be, you know, talking, and I don't realize, you know, like that would have meant a lot to her, you know what I'm saying? And she is a person who loves the relationships. That's what she's here for. And I could see that, I could feel that in engaging with her and like having real conversations, because it's like, it is about perspective. You can complain about whatever, but also it's like, I feel from my agent, you know, being around her as well, like it's not like she don't know me. Like cause you got agents where they just got a bunch of people and they say this, they say that, but not my dog. Not mine. She's about that action. So I just was very appreciative of that moment. And I'm like, that's another reason where at first I was like,
What was the reason?
Like, cause you get to meet your agent. If you wasn't here, you would never. And she came to my like city, county. She came to where I was at. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, that is very purposeful. That is very ordered steps. That is very intentional. And I think as this season is like on the second half, there will be more things, but those is like my top 3 so far of like good experiences with like, why would you do that? And you was like God, you was in me, you was in people. You know what I'm saying? Because then even with my agent, it's like, why would you come to Ireland? Granted, she does have a lot of people in Ireland, but also she has a connection to Ireland. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, dang, I know a good amount of people who got, you know, great connections in Ireland. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, it's beautiful when you cross paths with genuine people and like people you feel like have your best interest and is really, you know what I'm saying? Like all I've had with her is like through the phone conversations, and to just, it's different. You know how it is. It's different in person. You feel the vibe. And I was fucking with the vibes. You know what I'm saying? Big vibes, big energy. So now what? Still, why would you do that? I think I still have that energy. Obviously, my first example is like, I don't know the answer. I don't have an answer. But I feel like with my second, you know, examples, I feel like I was finding the answers through living through the experience. And I think that that's when you figure out why you did that or why you do that. Sometimes you just gotta live, you gotta experience to get the answer. I also been big on lately, like, I've been talking to people about like a specific sermon and specific words about like, God don't get mad when you ask for confirmation, and he don't get mad that you question him. You know what I'm saying? And nobody's saying he gonna answer right away, but sometimes he will. Sometimes he will. Either way, it's right on time. Amen. Right on time. So yeah, I be confused and I'm like, why would you do that? God, like, let me know. And there are a lot of things where I'm like, let me know. Like, I don't understand. Where I'm like, let me know, God, like, chop chop, like, sir, come on, what are you doing? And then there's stuff like Ireland where it's like, I wonder what you was cooking up. And then I feel like as I've continued to live this experience out, he has let me know. He's let me know slowly through certain things. And I haven't had to like beg to be like, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? I think it's just come naturally. I'd also say now perspective is very important. And for me personally, it keeps me grounded. I think I wouldn't be able to work through feelings that I have or write through feelings that I have. I think I would be more bottled up. Like, having perspective is very important. And I know people say like it could always be worse, but in this sense, it's not like nothing bad is happening to me. So I wouldn't say it like that, but it's like things are gonna get better, I guess, but also be where your feet are. I guess that's where it is. Like, be where your feet are, be present in the moment, and really, because I like to analyze and I ask a lot of questions, and I'm always like thinking about why this happened here and why this connected here and this and that. And sometimes it's just about, girl, be quiet, have some perspective, really just take it all in. Because I have that too, but a lot of times I can get wound up in all the questions of why would you do that? Why is this happening? What's going on? And being able to have perspective has taken me from like here to just deep breath. Okay. This is where it's at. This is what's happening. Okay. And sometimes all you gotta do is say, okay, God, keep it pushing. You did it. Okay, God, keep it pushing. So we got to the final segment. So I have a question, and I want y'all to be proud of me because I think this is one question. It's one question. And it's not like Ray J, one wish, multiple things, we'd be best friends, love will never end, it will begin, or it's not like 50 Cent, 21 questions, when usually it is like that. So I'm kind of proud of like getting to one question, but I also feel like that has to do with me talking about perspective. Because I feel like with this episode being like, why would you do that, and questioning things and analyzing stuff, I could fire off 1,000 questions about,
well, why this happened, but this could have been the reason why this happened. And also, I'm still trying to figure out why this happened and this, yada, yada, yada.
So I think ending it with one question is kind of fly if you ask me. So with that being said, my question is, what places, things, areas, etc. in your life do you feel like you have perspective? And what areas do you feel like you need to gain more perspective? And I feel like I gave you 2 examples where the perspective with Ireland has really been apparent, really been in me, you know, exuding from me. And then we got all that extracurricular activities with the men where it's like, I really don't got no perspective on that. I'm like, what is going on? So yeah, that's my question for y'all. It was only one this time. I ate that, period. But don't get used to that or don't expect that either. Now, it could happen again. It could happen again, but I don't know how likely or how common it will be. So I'm just not gonna promise anything. So with that being said, we have come to the end. We have concluded. Thank you for coming back again. Without further ado, do you say that at the end? Do you say that at the end? I don't know. Hey man. I fuck with y'all. It's been another episode of Kyrie Rashid Show. So blessed that y'all decided to come back. Get it.